Hey everyone, Jason here with my review of Freddie Hubbard's Tone Poet release of Breaking Point. Breaking Point is the 10th record by Freddie Hubbard as a leader, which was recorded and released on Blue Note in 1964. In his teens, American jazz trumpeter Freddie Hubbard worked with brothers Wes and Monk Montgomery. By 1958, when he was just 20 years old, Freddie was already playing with some jazz heavy hitters like Sonny Rollins, Eric Dolphy, J.J. Johnson, and Quincy Jones. In 1960, Freddie recorded his debut for Blue Note Records, Open Sesame, which features pianist McCoy Tyner. In the 1960s, Hubbard was invited to appear on some iconic records, including Ornette Coleman's Free Jazz and John Coltrane's Final Atlantic recording, Ole Coltrane. He also appeared on more than 10 live and studio recordings as a member of Art Blakey's Jazz Messengers, including the records Caravan, Mosaic, and Free For All. Breaking Point falls directly after Hubbard's departure from the Messengers, and the record indeed is a departure from his work with Blakey. The music is a high point in Hubbard's originality and begins to separate him stylistically from peers such as Miles Davis and Lee Morgan. The personnel on Breaking Point is Freddie Hubbard on trumpet, James Spaulding alto sax and flute, Ronnie Matthews plays piano, Eddie Kahn bass, and Joe Chambers on drums. Hornblower James Spaulding made some records as a leader, but is probably better known for sitting in on some iconic recordings like Bobby Hutcherson's Components, Pharoah Sanders' Karma, Wayne Shorter's The All-Seeing Eye, and Sun Ra's Visits Planet Earth. Ronnie Matthews, who is also a member of Blakey's Jazz Messengers, is known for working with Sonny Stitt, Lee Morgan, and Roy Haynes. Eddie Kahn was a sideman who appeared with the likes of Eric Dolphy on Iron Man, Donald Byrd on Blackjack, and Andrew Hill on Smokestack. And of course, Joe Chambers had sat in with some greats: Donald Byrd, Chick Corea, Joe Henderson, Andrew Hill, and very often would appear on Bobby Hutcherson's records like Components, Happenings, and Oblique, just to name a few. 4 of the 5 tracks are Hubbard compositions, with one exception, which is Joe Chambers' Mirrors. Hubbard was an exceptional composer with some outstanding tunes to his credit, and not only is the music on Breaking Point no exception, it was really a leap in his development as a composer. Okay, from the very first flurry of notes off of Hubbard's trumpet just hanging in the air until the final note of this record, Breaking Point is uncompromisingly impressive. There's a hint of Latin influence in the air on the title track, which, yes, it's hard bop, but it rides the edge of avant-garde ever so slightly and continues to come back to its center. Everybody is in top form, including some beautiful piano playing on the part of Ronnie Matthews. Track 2 is a driving piece with some impressive flute work from Spaulding. The rhythm section is still in a Latin mood, and Matthews' piano playing is top-notch and inimitably his own. And then of course there's Freddie adding even more drama to the tune with his trademark trumpet. Then there's Joe Chambers' drum solo. Man, it's just so good. Side 2 begins with a blues that features some incredible Hubbard trumpet and is just exquisite. Side 2 continues to impress with offbeat alto sax, trumpet, and piano as all the musicians weave in and out of each other's playing. It's bop in its purest form. Everything is on point on this track. Breaking Point wraps up with the Joe Chambers composition Mirrors. Again, I feel like a broken record, no pun intended, but everyone is in top form on this beautiful tune that features some sensitive playing by piano player Ronnie Matthews and James Spaulding on flute. It really is a beautiful tune and a wonderful way to wrap up this record. Highlights for me are the 2 long 10-minute tracks on side 1, the title track and Far Away, and the alluring final track Mirrors. But really, nothing on this record is a throwaway. This is a 5-star record for good reason, and you will love Tone Poet's handling of it. The first thing that impressed me about this record were the sonics. It's so clear and open, and every frequency is right where it needs to be. The stereo soundstage leaves nothing to be desired, and thankfully the vinyl is quiet and crystal clear. This Tone Poet reissue was released on June 3rd of 2022. In March of 2023, this record is still affordable, but grab it now because there's no telling what's going to happen to the prices once it goes out of print. For those that don't know, Tone Poet is an audiophile reissue series of recordings issued from the Blue Note family of labels. Blue Note's Tone Poet offering pays extreme attention to detail, from the photography and artwork of the cover to the all-analog mastering by Kevin Gray. They're issued on 180-gram vinyl. They feature a gatefold with session photos. When you're holding a Tone Poet in your hand, like you know you're holding something substantial, and your other records will feel diminutive next to these. Not to mention the price. I mean, these, for what you get, these are so affordable. Most Tone Poet offerings, when they come out new, are gonna be under $40. Some of them will even be under $30. Of course, that changes in the secondary market if you don't grab them when they come out or while they're in print. So when you do see them in print, definitely jump on them. If you're a fan of top-notch trumpet and jazz music that rides the line of hard bop, Latin, and the avant-garde, you'll love Freddie Hubbard's Breaking Point. Don't get me wrong, this is not avant-garde on the level of Ornette Coleman or Cecil Taylor, or Latin in the tradition of some of Dizzy Gillespie's music. I just want to illustrate how diverse the music is on this record, and it always adds to, not subtracts from, the record as a whole. Other amazing records by Freddie Hubbard, including an upcoming Tone Poet reissue, are 1960's Open Sesame, 1962's Ready for Freddie, 1966's Blue Spirits, and 1970's Red Clay. Some or all of which I will be doing reviews of on this channel. That's gonna do it for my review of Freddie Hubbard's Breaking Point, but before I let you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm giving away to one lucky subscriber Blue Train, the Complete Masters, John Coltrane, Tone Poet Edition, the double album with the additional tracks on it. Once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to randomly select someone to take this home. So that's gonna do it for my review of Freddie Hubbard's Breaking Point. Thanks so much for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.